People will say that it's the most selfless thing you can do by bringing somebody into the world, but I think, how? It's an inherently selfish decision to have kids. For me, it's just like, ask yourself, why do you want kids? You ask somebody why they would, and they say something like,
I want to give my child a life that I didn't have.
I need to keep the bloodline flowing.
Having kids is such a joyous experience that you will never have unless you have them.
Or, I want somebody to take care of me when I'm old. If you listen to the core of why they want kids, it all has to do with I. Now, sure, some of those reasons you can dress up as it being for the kids. For example, when you say, I want to give a child life that I didn't have, you could dress that up and say that's for the child, but in reality, it's for you. It's not for the child. You're bringing a whole being into this world that didn't exist previously, that didn't have to deal with what comes with existing because you wanted to experience life in a way that you didn't have the privilege of experiencing. You want that wish that you have for yourself imprinted onto another being, and is that wrong? No. But it is selfish, because why is that want more important than having your child?
Man, I'm editing this video and I don't know why the fuck I just did air quotes. That was your child. It's your child. What you mean child, stupid ass?
Why is that want more important than having your child avoid any type of negativity or harm by not existing? The only way having a child is really selfless is if you adopt.
I swear to God, I wanted to add the "it's a hard not" like part to this from the Annie movie because but I don't want to copyright. So I'm not, okay.
You're bringing in some child that didn't ask to be here, but is here. Not of any decision you made, but a decision of somebody else. And now you want to help that child that didn't ask to be here and make their lives better. That's really the only way that it would be selfless. When you bring a child into this world, you're bringing on real consequences onto that child. You could be bringing your child into a dysfunctional family, bringing them into trauma, bringing them into poverty. You're bringing a child into a world where there is war and destruction. You're bringing a child into a world where people deny climate change and actively make the planet worse. That child didn't ask for none of that. They were just put here because of what you wanted. Now, that's not to say you're a bad person for having a child. I feel like a lot of people equate the word selfish with the word bad when they're two separate words. They're not the same at all. Because I could know what I know right now, understand that I'm selfish, and still I know that in the future I might have a kid, and that doesn't make me a bad person. That just makes me a selfish one, and I acknowledge that. I feel like a lot of issue I have with people who cannot acknowledge that having a child is selfish is that typically the ones who can't acknowledge that are the ones who shouldn't be parents. Because if you can't acknowledge that act is selfish, that means your child's gonna grow up in certain circumstances, and because you're blinded by your own selfish desires, you can't see how you are harming the child. It's truly blinded to you in whatever way that may show itself. If you can't ask someone if they want to exist or not, is it right to force that existence upon them? Would you accept being forced into something without your input just to fulfill somebody else's desires? Are we creating kids because we love them or because we love the idea of them serving us in some sort of way? I feel like it could be both, but at the end of the day, it's selfish.